Message to all fresh graduates creatives, here are a few things that you can do to find your first job. Hello guys, my name is Rizky from Creative All, and in this video I'm going to share how to get your first job as a creative. What I did was I created a box that contains my portfolio, and I actually went around different companies to pass this box. I will discuss about this later in the video. Again, just a brief background. I've been in the creative industry for about 15 years. I started my career as a 3D designer 15 years ago. I had the opportunities to actually hire a couple of creatives throughout my career. I just want to share my opinion on it, and I do believe many of the hiring creatives will share the same mindset as me. My first tip is portfolio. And this is what I meant. When you are trying to find a job as a creative, your CV is not exactly important. And of course, being a small company, mine is not exactly the preferred employers for many top candidates. Maybe about 80% of all the submissions that we get from time to time is that people just send us CV. Recently, I was actually looking for a new videographer and a social media manager. They simply send me a CV instead of a portfolio. The certificate that you get from your school doesn't mean anything in our line. It's all about the portfolio, because by having the portfolio, your hiring managers will be able to understand your skill level and what kind of projects that ideally can you take. My preference is to have a PDF portfolio. In fact, I'm still using a PDF portfolio to showcase to my potential clients. If you are a designer, of course, you can put compilations of your design there. If you are a photographer, of course, you can put all your photos there. If you are videographers, you can put still shots of your videos there, and so on and so forth. The point is to have a compilations of your projects that you have done. Of course, if you are a videographer or a producers whatsoever, a budding producers whatsoever, you need a showreel. Simply compile all your projects that you have done into a short video that can serve really well as your portfolio. CV is important, but imagine if you have companies that hiring a lot of people at the same time. They receive a lot of applications at the same time, and in a larger company, your hiring manager will get many more applicants. So therefore, as a hiring manager, we won't have much time to actually look through every applicant. By having portfolio or not, that will be the first elimination point for us. Secondly is to have a nice profile photo on your CV and your portfolio. This is why I always think about whenever I wanted to hire a new team member, I'm going to face this person every single day. So if you can show a nice personality on your profile pictures, that will give you a better chance to be interviewed. Third thing, instead of applying to hundreds of jobs with a template, apply for selected jobs and customize it. And this is what I meant. Whenever I try to find a new job, I will never send my resume, my portfolio to hundreds of companies. I would rather to send a customized applications to selected 10 companies that I really want to work for. By doing so, you can actually tweak your applications, be it your cover letter, your portfolio, according to those companies that you are applying for. In the past, what I did was actually to create a box. Well, this is not exactly the box, something like this. And it was during the 2006. CD was actually the standard back then. So what I did was actually I printed out some of my projects as a 3D artist. So what I did was actually I printed all my rendered projects, all my 3D renderings, design projects, and my showreel, and put it into a box like this. So in the box itself, I put the names on the potential hiring manager, and I went to their office and passed the box. I didn't get a chance to see the person at all, but at least when I have this box, give it to the receptionist will actually give the box directly to the person's name. The point of this is actually to try to do something more than simply just sending an application. A company that you really want to work for, you should do something else. It can be in the form of TikTok maybe nowadays. By showing that you actually bother to do extra things, it will give you a better chance to be at least gotten an interview from your hiring manager. Lastly, be careful on what you post on your social media. Back to my previous point, whereby when we are hiring someone new, we're trying to imagine how we're going to see this person every day. So if your social media is full of angsty, angry posts, we would imagine that it will not be fun to work with that particular person. So when you're actually applying to a lot of different jobs, just make sure to have your social media checked. Because many of us, when we are really interested to hire a specific person, we will actually try to find the social media of the person. I know some of you guys may say, oh, then I can just hide my social media. In my opinion, that is not exactly a good thing either, because then we can't get a preview on how the person would be. Just tend to guess. Like people always make a judgment on things, right? So, of course, many of us does that. To hide anything on your social media, your hiring managers may have their own judgment of you as well. So I would say, put a positive kind of outlook on your social media. Don't be disappointed if you don't get your dream company to work for. I know for many of us creatives, we always have the dream company to work for. And it's always good to aim to be the best. But let's face it, 90% of us will not be able to get that dream company job. The thing that you should think about is not about the dream job. Of course, if you can find your dream job, it's amazing and congrats to you. When you're talking about the first job, the first thing that you have to think about is that what can you learn from that company? I had the opportunities to work with large companies, small companies, and actually running a small company now. In both aspects of things, there are things that you can actually learn. In example, when you work on a big company, you will learn to be able to focus on things and you will be the best on certain aspects of things. You will also learn company structures, hierarchy, and so on and so forth. At the same time, in the smaller companies, you will tend to learn everything or many things. Therefore, it will teach you how to be a jack of all trades. So with that, if you are trying to find a job this year, I wish you the best of luck. If you have any questions, you can ask me at the comment below, and you can also find my link in. With that, thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.